Most people spend their lives reacting to circumstances, reacting to fear, reacting to criticism, reacting to all the stress, reacting to the expectations of everyone around them. And without realizing it, they've become created by the world instead of becoming the creator of their own life. But there comes this moment. If you're paying attention where something shifts, you stop asking, why is this happening to me? You start asking, what am I creating through the way I think, act, and live? That is where the power begins. So, welcome to Mind Your Business, and let's get started. Most people never intentionally create their life, they inherit it. They inherit thought patterns, inherit fears and habits, emotional reactions. They inherit limitations or beliefs from parents or culture, trauma, failure, social media, or even the environment around them. And eventually they start calling that their identity. It's me. But many times this isn't the real you. That is actually conditioning. It's programming. It's survival mode. A person in created state is constantly reacting, waiting for motivation, blaming circumstances, needing validation, emotionally controlled by the outcomes, trapped in comparison, constantly distracted, and constantly overwhelmed. And the dangerous part is society actually normalizes this, even glorifies it, making you feel worthy because you've suffered and you've earned a badge of honor. People wake up stressed, rush through life, consume endlessly, avoid silence and reflection, and they even avoid the truth. Then they wonder why they feel disconnected, because they're living from reaction instead of creation. Transformation begins with awareness. Awareness is the doorway, because you cannot change what you cannot see. The moment you become aware of your patterns, you stop being imprisoned by them. You begin observing your emotions and your habits. You look at your triggers, your ego, your distractions, or even your excuses. And then something powerful happens. You realize, I'm not those thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. That changes everything. Because if you can observe it, you can change it. Being a creator means taking ownership, not partial ownership, total ownership. That does not mean everything that's happened to you was your fault, but it does mean that your future becomes your responsibility. Creators stop waiting. Creators start to build. Creators understand thoughts become actions, and then actions become your habits, and habits become your identity. With that identity becomes your destiny. That is why your internal world matters, because what repeatedly occupies your mind eventually shapes your life. If your mind is full of fear and anger, jealousy, distraction, negativity, you will unconsciously create more chaos. But if your mind is grounded in purpose, discipline, awareness, gratitude, vision, faith, you begin creating intentionally. Most suffering comes from unconscious reaction. Someone says something and you react. Something goes wrong and you collapse emotionally. A setback happens and you lose direction. Creators pause before reacting. Now, that pause is actually power. That pause creates the space, and in that space, you choose intentionally instead of compulsively. That's maturity. That's awareness. That's actually leadership. A creator asks, what can I learn here? What is this teaching me? How do I respond at a higher level? Who do I want to become through this? That mindset changes business. It changes relationships. It changes parenting, and it changes leadership. The ego wants comfort. The creator wants growth. Your ego wants validation, and the creator wants purpose. Your ego says, protect yourself, and your creator says, transform yourself. The ego is obsessed with appearance, and the creator is obsessed with alignment. And many people never evolve because the ego is loud. But intuition and truth and purpose and wisdom usually speaks quietly. That's why stillness matters, because when life gets noisy, you stop hearing yourself. Now, creators understand something powerful. You create your future before you physically see it. Every great achievement begins internally first. Before the business grows, your mindset grows. Before your confidence appears, courage is practiced. Before transformation happens externally, it happens internally. That's why visualization matters. That is why language matters. That is why self talk matters, because the brain follows repetition. If every day you repeat, I'm stuck, I'm overwhelmed, I can't, I'm behind, your nervous system begins accepting that identity. But creators intentionally feed the mind differently, not fake positivity, truthful empowerment. They say, I'm growing, I can adapt, I will learn, I will stay disciplined, I will continue. This obstacle is training me. That creates momentum. Every meaningful creation costs something: comfort, distraction, excuses, old habits, old identities. The person you're becoming will require letting go of who you used to be. And that's kind of uncomfortable. Growth often feels like a loss before it really feels like an expansion. But creators understand discipline is freedom and instant gratification steals your destiny. Because the life you want is usually built through consistent, small actions nobody applauds in the beginning. There's also a spiritual dimension to creation. When you become aligned internally, life begins moving differently. You become less reactive, less fearful, less desperate for approval. You stop chasing everything externally because you begin building strength internally. Stillness becomes important. Reflection becomes important. Awareness becomes important. Because clarity is not found in constant noise, it's found in presence. And many times your intuition already knows the direction, but your distractions are louder than your wisdom. You're not designed just to survive your life. You're designed to create it, to shape it intentionally, to build it consciously, to lead it courageously. The world will constantly try to condition you into reaction. But transformation begins with the moment you decide, I will no longer live unconsciously. You stop being merely created by your environment and becoming the creator of your future. If this episode spoke to you, share it with somebody who's ready to level up mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or even professionally. And remember, your thoughts create direction. Your habits create identity. Your awareness creates choice. Your choices create your future. This is Mind Your Business, and we'll see you next episode. So keep your mindset strong.